Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick tips and tricks video, kind of the basic need to know for the first Descendant. There's a lot of stuff that has been covered in a lot of other videos, but I just kind of wanted one video to encompass a lot of things. So one of the first things I want to go over is kind of the menu and the UI. There's a lot of stuff that is kind of hidden or just not really apparent to a lot of people. So First of all, there is quite a good system for target farming, and it's actually only available in hard mode. So a lot of people, if you're not in hard mode yet, you might not be able to see this. But you switch to hard mode, you go press M, like in the screen, you press F for difficulty rewards, and then you can press V here. There's a weekly cycle on pretty much what you can target farm. If you go here, you can search what you want, and it's primarily for reactors and components. Components are locked weekly. So the current components right now are sensors and I believe processors. Yes. So this is a very helpful screen for people looking to kind of uh, get the ideal piece for their current build. The next UI option that is very helpful, or UI feature, is access info. A lot of people don't really take advantage of this. You can search for pretty much any module that's in here. For example, I want a new JBear mod. I'm looking to get immediate purge code. I go in here, press F. It'll show me the acquisition info. It's from Hard Dead Bread. So that is very useful and pretty much can save you a lot of time if you're just going through looking for it at random. So one thing a lot of people haven't really talked about, which is kind of annoying, is that when you're crafting components or crafting any research, you actually have a limit. So you have a limit of 5 things crafting at one time. So I highly recommend you always keep the fifth slot available. For example, for phase exchangers, control axes, and all that stuff, since you don't really want to get locked in. Let's say, for example, you're crafting like ultimate Viesa or like ultimate Lepic. These take 18 hours. So you don't want to get locked into 4 or 5 things crafting at a time with 18-hour cooldowns. You're just going to be locked out of being able to upgrade your gun or rerolling your stats. A useful tip is also for dungeon missions or infiltration operations. Is actually to go use this machine. A lot of people I see, they end up using G and then running to the map and going to the location, like for example the shelter. But you can actually just go here, press search info, go hard, normal, and you can just do everything from here. It's very quick, a lot easier, saves you time. And then also special operations terminal. This is very useful for leveling, especially the defense missions. These two machines are very useful. The next tip is actually for Colossi. So a lot of people tend to think that you just have to run to this guy, talk to him, but you can actually just click Intercept Battle here and here, and then you can queue from this page. Actually, whenever you get to this page from anywhere, you can just queue from here. You don't have to actually run up to that guy. So it just kind of ease of access. So in regards to leveling and mastery, as you can see, I'm actually mastery 19, almost mastery 20. Your mastery levels up at the first, for the first time you level up to 40 for your character, you gain mastery XP each level. When you add a catalyst, it actually doesn't gain you any more mastery. So this is kind of like a hard cap. Once you get every character to level 40, you actually can't get any more XP from character leveling. The next thing you can level is actually your guns, your weapon proficiency. So pretty much you want to try and get every weapon you have to proficiency level 40. Once you get it to 40, you just swap out the gun. So right now, for example, I'm leveling up my vestigial organ. Once this gets to level 40, I just swap it out for, let's say, this super moon. The best way to actually get mastery XP is through these defense missions. Easiest one being Kingston. Echo Swamp is very chill as well. Fortress can kind of be annoying. This is kind of the more relaxed method of leveling. If you want, you can also do the missions to level. For example, in in Agna Desert, you can, or in any of the regions, you can just go around and do some of the missions, some quick missions, for example, the kuiper farms or the gold farms that are available. Also, the reason why you really want to try and push your mastery level up is because mastery directly affects your capacity for your modules, for both your weapon and your character, your descendant. So it's actually quite a big power spike getting up to level 20, because that's 50 capacity for your descendant and 50 capacity for your weapons. Now, another little known thing that hasn't been really mentioned much is that actually components, each slot has its own unique resistance associated to it. So for auxiliary power slot, you can only get fire resistance. For sensors, you can get chill. For memories, it's electric. And for processors, it's toxin. So ideally, when you're going for your kind of end game processors or your end game components, you'd want something with your main stats, so defense, max HP at the top, and then having your resistance, and then possibly either shield or max HP if possible to have another duplicate main stat, but in your subsection. So that is very, very useful to know when you're farming. So you don't think, hey, am I missing something? It's pretty much kind of stuck like that. And for components that are from bosses, they actually have a hard stuck roll for, or their main stat. For example, volcanic auxiliary power can only roll defense no matter what. So you actually can't get an HP base version of this. Or a shield one. So whenever you're getting boss components, you kind of want to look for the ones that kind of benefit to your set or your build. See, unlike the regular ultimate auxiliary powers, they can be HP, shield, or defense. A very useful tip for a lot of builds that are based around ammo, you can actually utilize having a secondary with ammo pretty much generates ammo for you. You run a secondary with the general rounds compulsive, expanded general magazine, and then do a conversion round mod. Ideally, you'd want to use the impact round conversion, because I found that the impact rounds tend to drop the most. And with this, what you can do is I can give a quick example here. You can go to a region, or whenever you're doing a boss fight, it's actually even more beneficial in a boss fight because the ammo packs are 400 opposed to, I believe, 200. But you go to the region, and let's put in white ammo gun. Let's put in our tamer. And we go around with our secondary out. So ideally, you want to use something with high movement speed, because the general round compulsive mod actually reduces your speed. So see, these guys dropped green ammo here. That's actually what we want. So right now we're 177 white ammo. The max normally is 100 and 400 with reserve, but if you go with your secondary pistol, you can go over it, pick up. You're at 377, and let's see if we can find some ammo here. There's more ammo right here. See, now we're 477, 677, and now we can switch back to our tamer, and we're sitting at 106.77. So it is a really useful way to pretty much always have ammo, especially on guns like the tamer or Python. Python chews through ammo, and it's very, very annoying to deal with. There's also potential for making snipers, like a sniper primary build, by just switching this up with a purple. For example, I can generate purple ammo using my launcher. There's a lot of this is pretty much a very, very useful tip that hasn't really been mentioned much and has been overlooked. And pretty much the final thing I want to go over is pretty much the Descendants you kind of really want to get early is Sharen and Enzo. They both have really, really beneficial effects, which I will go into right. So with Sharen, we actually have a pretty much mandatory mechanic for some stuff. Sharen has her stealth ability on her C, I believe. And it is primarily used for infiltrating missions such as these zone recon missions. So let me find one that is close here. So, for example, this one, uh, it has its main loot pool, as you can see, the stabilizer form 5, lethal finish, all that stuff here. But if you scroll down, you actually have a loot pool that is only available if you use Sharen and if you successfully do the mechanic that's associated with her for the mission. Okay, so here we are as Sharen. We have a recon mission right here in Egna Desert over here. So our reward for the main loot pool is the stabilizer form 5, iron will, and all that. But if we do this with Sharen, we have a chance to get the pattern 26 and also a better chance at stabilizer form 5. So what we will do is we have to stealth in and deactivate the machines instead of destroying them. There's a smaller time limit than when you go in shooting. So if you have trouble with time, you can always go up to one of these. They increase the time limit. It's not really necessary. But yeah, so you go up, you try and get close, press your invisible, go up, destroy all these devices with the E. And a boss will spawn like normal, and you just have to kill them. And now you successfully infiltrated it, and you gain access to the additional loot pool. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything from it this time, but that's how it works. There are some amorphous material that is completely locked behind using Sharen, like this, and it's pretty much a must-have for endgame grinding. I highly recommend you don't do this until you get Sharen level 40, or at least until your active camouflage is its highest level. For mods, I highly recommend duration, skill duration, and then just something tanky, and then just use your best gun and kill the boss. So the next character that is a must-have is Enzo, and Enzo has a really useful ability where he can open encrypted vaults easier, and I believe he gets more rewards. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe that's a thing. So for Enzo, you want to go and try and acquire these, usually farming with your bunny or something like that. You have analyzers and breakers. These are used for vaults. The best place to open these vaults is in Egna Desert. If you're focused primarily on kuiper, if you actually need resources for crafting, then you'd probably go to your respective zone and look for the vaults. But here's the fastest area to get them. So when you're in the zone, you want to press your tab, or on console, I'm not sure what it is, but to scan, and you want to listen for a good ping noise. So for example, I scan here, there's the wrong ping, that means it's the wrong direction. I scan over here, I hear a higher pitch ping. That means it's down here. And when you find one of these, you want to use your analyzers or breakers. It is a random chance to be either, and you want to open the vault. Unfortunately, I don't have analyzer for this, and the basic ones, so just this looking vault, doesn't actually give you kuiper, so sometimes it's not even worth it. So then I go back, I go here. I just want to teleport back and forth between these two locations. And pretty much this is probably the fastest way to get high amounts of kuiper when you have the code breakers or analyzers. So I scan here, nothing over here, it's right here. They're usually always in the same spot, so when you teleport to this location, it's either right over there on that rock, over there, or it's down in this little hole here. And we go right over, and it's a purple. Hopefully it's a breaker. Okay, so it's an analyzer. I don't have that. And ideally, you would go back and forth, find the ones you need, and just farm your kuiper. For this area over here, it is in either one of three places. If it's not anywhere near the spawn, you don't hear a ping, then it's better just to hop to the different region. So it's not over there, so that is one spawn. It's over here. It's either down here, over here, or in this little cave. So we have this, and it's an analyzer. So the reason why I'm only getting analyzers right now, which I just realized, is because I'm actually on normal mode. When you're in normal mode, the vaults can only have analyzers. When you're in hard mode, they can be either analyzers or breakers. So it's very beneficial if you want to speed it up and not waste your time, and you only have analyzers, then probably just stay to normal. Um, if you have both, it's better just to go on hard mode. So we got another one over here. Hopefully it's a breaker this time. Nope, it's analyzer. Okay, well, that's just unlucky. But yeah, this is pretty much the main use for Enzo. Ideally, you'd want to do it with groups because you guys both, or everyone in the group gets the loot from this. I know there's some Discords online that have ways, or have, are made for finding groups for this. You can also actually talk in global chat. So if you go to world chat, you can go here. So you press tab. You can find people to do this with. There is some spam in here, so it's kind of a mess, but yeah, that's pretty much the main use of Enzo, and I highly recommend you get him probably pretty early on. So yeah, that's pretty much the most of the basic need to know tips and tricks. There is gold farms and kuiper farms. I'll probably make a separate video for that. If there's anything I missed, feel free to comment. I'll probably update this video and make a new one as more things get discovered. Game's still pretty new, and a lot of people are posting things daily, so wouldn't be surprised if there's better and newer things to do pretty much tomorrow. Thanks for watching.